value of a famous painting increases with time, like a fine wine. It is often said that the death of an artist helps by bringing more value to his work. Somewhat morbid, but true. The most expensive paintings of all time are impressive, not only for their artistic importance, but also for the exorbitant value that some of them have today. Crescendo valuation has become something extremely common, although, at the risk of repeating ourselves, it is an extremely ungrateful thing to think that after the death of an important visual artist his works become more and more valuable. As we can see from the Art Channel documentaries, the pricing process in the painting world works according to its own rules, sometimes quite unpredictable, and differs significantly from pricing principles in other fields. It is probably precisely for this reason that reproductions of some first-class works have appeared in the form of cheap canvas paintings, so that the general public can enjoy their beauty. Don't forget to subscribe, so let's get started. 1. The Savior of the World, picture probably painted in 1499, Leonardo da Vinci. The price history at which this painting has been valued is truly a storied one. To begin with, the credibility of the work in question as being authored by Leonardo da Vinci was, and still is, quite questionable. However, it can be said that most Leonardo experts are inclined to believe that the work truly belongs to the great Renaissance master. Obviously, there are also voices of art experts who are inclined to believe that only part of the painting was painted by Leonardo da Vinci, and the rest was made by one of his students. It was for this reason that in 1958 the work was sold for just £45 as a painting by Leonardo da Vinci's apprentice Giovanni Antonio. Then, in 2005, The Savior of the World was sold at auction for nearly $10,000. It was only from that moment that collectors and the general art-loving public became interested in the work in question, suggesting that it might indeed be a 100% Leonardo da Vinci painting after all. In 2017, it ended up being auctioned in New York for $450 million, $50 million of which was just the auction house's commission. The buyer was Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Badr bin Abdullah, who attended the auction on behalf of the Abu Dhabi Department of Culture and Tourism. The work was to be exhibited at a branch of the Paris Louvre Museum in the capital of the United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi. However, according to the latest information, this canvas is kept on the yacht of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud. In the future, they want to transfer it to the cultural center under construction in Saudi Arabia. 2. The Exchange, 1955, Willem de Kooning. This pictorial work has a special value, because it was the one that marked the change in the style of the author, an American artist with Dutch roots. In the ranking of the most expensive paintings in the world, it is on the same level as the work of the French painter, Paul Gauguin, When is the Wedding?, because in 2015 the value of The Exchange was also $300 million. The canvas was bought by American billionaire investor Kenneth Griffin. 3 inches When is the Wedding? 1892 Paul Gauguin. The presented work set a new record in the world of painting, when in 2015, at a private auction, the Qatari authorities purchased Gauguin's work for $300 million. 4. The Card Players, 1890-1895 Paul Cézanne. Card Players is actually not just one painting by Paul Cézanne, but a series of 5 works. They differ in the number of players depicted. For a long time, only one of the paintings was in a private collection, while the rest were housed in various museums around the world. But in 2012 it was bought back for $250 million to be further placed in the Qatar National Museum. 5. No. 17A, 1948 Jackson Pollock. Pollock's work has always been perceived ambiguously. Some found his drip painting technique ingenious, while many mocked him. Be that as it may, the featured work was sold at auction for $200 million, a fact that caused much discussion and debate in the art world. 6. No. 6 Purple, Green, Red 1951 Mark Rothko. For many years, this canvas was the object of desire of the French expert and art dealer Yves Bouvier. At the time, the painting belonged to the Mouets dynasty of French winegrowers for several decades. For years, Bouvier gravitated around this family, periodically buying wine and other less valuable paintings from them, hoping that one day he would also acquire the famous, number 6 Purple, Green, Red. His hopes were finally realized in 2014 when the Mook family expressed their desire to sell Rothko's painting. An experienced dealer soon acquired the painting for $80 million and later resold it to the billionaire Rybolovlev for an impressive $186 million. 7. Water Serpents 2, 1907. Gustav Klimt. Unlike Adele Bloch-Bauer's portrait, this painting was not put up for auction until 2012, when a savvy French art dealer convinced the world-famous artist's heirs to sell the painting to Russian billionaire and collector Dmitry Rybolovlev for $183.8 million.